What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Monday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. Go ahead and check out their linked pages below. Today, got rain moving through Texas. A lot of you guys through South Texas have already been getting kind of hit with rain over and over. That's continuing. It's going to shift off into the rest of the Gulf states through the remainder of the next few days. So talking about the timeline and effects from that, and then getting into fire chances through the central U.S., total opposite of what's going on the coast. Yeah, we got that dry, windy weather tracking through. So we're going to talk about the timeline and fire weather outlooks for you guys, and then getting into the rest of the nation. Can your roof? What's your weather pattern looking like? Could get a little interesting towards the end of the week. We're watching that for now, but we'll update you guys. So stay tuned. Before we get into our weather the storm, guys, it's still out. So now we got episode 5 coming out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time. So if you haven't seen the rest of the episodes, go ahead and check those out. I don't think it's like you have to see episode 1 to enjoy episode 2, so watch them at your own leisure. And check out episode 5 as that comes out. And yeah, that's all on Atlas's Roofing YouTube page. So you can see all of episode 1 through 4 now and wait for episode 5 tomorrow. So right now, got some rain. Surprise, surprise, as it's been tracking up through Oregon and Washington. West Coast is going to continue to see heavy rain with just the current pattern setup, and we'll touch on that here in a second. But south here, down in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, you guys are still continuing to get a ton of this Gulf rain tracking up and onto shore and just dumping water into your area. So we'll continue to see rains kind of soak in that area. And then the rest of us are pretty much dry and stable here in the central U.S. Got this ridging pattern here all the way from the southern Rockies into the southeast. And so Oklahoma City is sitting in the mid-60s, same with Kansas City, Dallas. And if you're up north of that jet stream, it starts to drop off in temperatures a little bit down into the 50s. But for the most part, the central U.S. got sunny skies and clear weather. So 24 hours, we've gotten a ton of rainfall in South Texas from that system. And again, it is shifting east now, but from noon yesterday to noon Central Time today, got over an inch of rain in Nuevo Laredo, Texas. 0.82 in Houston, so just over 3/4 of an inch there, almost an inch and a half in Corpus Christi. So this whole southern band of Texas has gotten hit with quite a bit of rain, and the Gulf states are going to continue to see that pattern shaping up here for the next few days. So in the next 24 hours here, from now until noon tomorrow, you're going to get heavy rain along the Gulf through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, short of 2 inches in Lafayette and New Orleans, an inch and a half or so in Biloxi, and then we'll see all of that tracking off to the east now through Alabama, now through Georgia by Wednesday afternoon, and we'll still continue to be getting rain off in like the New Orleans and like pretty much from New Orleans to Mobile with that rain for the next now 48 hours. Now into 72 hours here, got even more. Swinging up into Alabama, Georgia, and the Florida coast. Miami out behind me here could potentially see some rain tracking in from the east, as well as that system moving in from the west, so all the Florida Peninsula getting dumped on, and there's your rain totals for those cities there. A lot of folks getting pretty notable rainfall from this system, and it's deserved. I mean, we're in pretty severe drought conditions through the southeastern U.S. right now. Some of this could have short and long-term impacts, and so seeing that water come up on shore is a welcome sight for a lot of us down south there. Still seeing some pretty dry conditions out through the central U.S., and with that dry weather, with that wind, you got to put a red flag warning in effect here for parts of Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska. That red flag warning is for higher sustained winds, like 10 to 30 miles an hour, just depending on where you're at, and gusts could get up to 40. That's going to last until this afternoon, but we also have that wind advisory in that tan there, and that's going to be until tomorrow morning, Tuesday at 1 a.m., gusts up to 50 if you guys are in South Dakota here in that wind advisory. So super dry, super windy. Here's our forecast wind gusts. All right, right now, already seeing some pretty high winds through parts of Wyoming, parts of South Dakota and Nebraska. Into the next 2 hours here, there we are by 2 p.m., still going out through those areas. And remember, super dry as well, so that's going to kind of impact, that's what's elevating those fire chances. All right, and then it should kind of start to taper down by tomorrow morning, but for now, there we go with our wildfire danger. All right, so if you guys are in Wyoming or Colorado, parts of Nebraska and South Dakota as well, you got that elevated fire danger from all those conditions playing together. If you're in Casper, you got, elevated to extreme conditions here in the next couple of hours. And then, by tomorrow it should clear out and then popping back up by the afternoon hours on Tuesday. So, just multiple rounds of that hot, windy, dry weather producing elevated fire weather conditions for your Tuesday into Wednesday as well. So for today, here's your fire weather outlook for this area. It's going to be a lot of northeastern Colorado as well as western Nebraska and the far northwestern part of Kansas here. You guys, with again just all of those conditions working together, could have a better risk to see fire danger, especially if you got a truck that's dragging any chains, if you got any sort of camping plans, anything that could produce fire. Now's not the time in this area as we wait for those conditions to clear out. So Kenya roof, down south it's going to be hard with all that rain pushing through for the Gulf states. Still seeing some rain in the Pacific Northwest as well, and some snow out northeast, but pretty much the whole central U.S. has got good roofing conditions for the next few hours. And then into tomorrow, things should be clearing up a little bit through Texas, so that's some good news for you guys. We've got a lot of Texas viewers here, so central Texas should be clearing out with that rain for your Tuesday, but then down through the southeast, that rain is pushing through that way as well. Temperature-wise and wind-wise, though, if you guys are kind of in the southern plains, parts of the southeast there in Tennessee Valley, you should be set to go. It's just that rain that's kind of working against us into today and tomorrow. So, leaving you with our upcoming pattern, all right? So here's our jet stream. It's been very uneventful, all right? We got all this stuff pushing up north, not really bringing any disturbances into the central U.S., but that does mean that, you're starting to see those temperatures warm back up, starting to get instability coming back. We need troughs like this guy pushing all the way into the central states to be able to get any severe weather. It is November, so we're pushing past any sort of severe weather season right now, typically. But, if you want any notable weather at all, you need these troughs to come on shore. So by Wednesday, not really going to happen, but we do have eyes on this, and this is also going to be bringing a ton of moisture up into the west coast. So California, expect to see some rain from that system. Then by Thursday and Friday, starts to get a little more interesting. Now we're seeing a dip in our jet stream, so cold weather coming into the Midwest area from that, as well as a cold front pushing through the area that could possibly bring some heavy rain, storms potentially through that region as it moves off of the New England coast. So here it goes. There's that cold front into Friday at midnight. Can see it tracking through the upper Midwest and central plains there. And then it'll push through the Ohio Valley. Southern end of it kind of tapers off. And, the bulk of that cold front is going to stay packed up close to the jet stream. And so colder weather happening here up through the northern Ohio Valley and the upper Midwest by the end of your work week. And potential to see some storms coming off of that. So here's what our future precip looks like, all right? Just more rain for the southeast, more rain for the west coast there, maybe some snow hitting the Pacific Northwest. There's when that cold front drops and that low pressure system starts coming through. A ton of rain for the Ohio Valley, maybe even some snow for the upper parts of that, like Michigan, And then, as that continues to move off, New England could get a ton of rain from one system moving onshore from the Atlantic and this other system moving eastward across the U.S. Could see a lot of rain from that as well as some snow possible out behind it. So if you're in any of those areas or not, here's your next 48-hour forecast temps here. Generally moderate or mild to moderate weather across most of the nation, sitting in the 60s and 70s for highs, so really pleasant, and dropping down into the 40s for lows if you guys are kind of in the plains area. Front range, a little bit cooler, but generally, again, still very nice this week in terms of weather to get outside, get some roofs worked on, or just hang out before true winter really starts to set in. So that's what we got for today. If you guys want to follow us, you can get us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you guys want to sign up for a plan, go ahead and scan that QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video, and we can get you access to our severe weather mapping products and also our forensic reports, all sorts of good stuff. If you have questions about hail trace and what we do, give us a call there at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll be back tomorrow with more info, but for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.